Alright, so for this video we're going to try something a little bit different. This is a special camera. It actually does full 180 degree panoramic view in 3D. So what this actually allows is you to use a headset, like this is the Oculus Quest, or this is the Oculus Go, or really just about any headset will allow you to view this using YouTube application. If you don't have a headset, you can still watch this in YouTube, and if you're on a phone, you can actually move your phone around to actually look around, or if you're on a PC, you can click with your mouse and move your mouse around. So go ahead and give that a try and take a look around, this portion of my shop. Alright, so one of the first projects I'm going to do on this 180 is going to be back to the little scope mounts that I started working on. I've got a video series on that. In this particular case though, it's going to be more around building a fixture that I have here, so you can actually scroll down and look on the table and see the fixture plate that I have in place. So the idea is that I'm going to have slots milled out where I'll be able to mount 3 pieces of raw stock, and they will be clamped with these little Mighty Bite clamps. So these will actually be drilled and tapped, and they're on a little offset center piece here. So when they're actually in the correct spot, you can put them in, and then whenever you twist it, it'll move slightly so that it puts a clamping force on it. So what this operation is going to involve roughly, this isn't squared up or exactly where it's actually going to end up. And I'll show a little bit of the fusion work that went into actually laying all of this out. There'll be a little bit of, actually it's close to a ½ inch or so, circles on each corner. So this will be milled out here deep enough so that this will sit down about 100,000 deep into here. There's going to be just enough extra length and width that there will also be spots cut out and then drilled and tapped, and then that's where these guys will go. So that way I will have a known corner right here that I can use as my known spot, or the work offset. So from that work offset, I will know, I didn't really actually put these on here quite exactly right, there's a little bit more space, but I will know exactly where each of these offsets are. So that on the computer, all I have to know is this one spot, and then I can lay out all of these others because they were precision machined on the exact same machine and everything. I'll know exactly where this point is and exactly where this point is, and I can do all of that in the computer and have one program that will crank out 3 of the first side. So step 2 on this process, I've got another plate here that still needs to be cut to size. I'm actually going to create a fixture clamp so that once I get the first operation done, there will be two pieces like this that will still be attached together with the clamped portion. So this will actually flip over and go into slots over here, and there'll be, you know, 3 of them. I didn't have an extra. These were just messed up parts that I had laying around. And in this, it's actually going to be milled out similar to soft jaws, where it'll be a perfect outline of each of the parts that these will slide down into. And then I'm going to have a fixture, so there will be a slice in the aluminum that will come out fairly close to the edges, so this whole thing's going to be slightly smaller. And then I'll probably use like a pipe plug or something and tap these with pipe taps. So the reason for that is a pipe tap has a taper to it, and I can run the pipe tap or the pipe plugs down into those holes, and it will force this to expand just enough to put a strong clamping force onto each of these parts. And then in the same vein that these will all be milled out with precision location, again, it'll be one setup on the PC to do all 3 of these in a row and to get them all milled and cut exactly right. And then the third piece, I will actually have another block that will set off over to the side, and that part I haven't actually designed yet, but I've got a few ideas for how these guys will likely be clamped together or in some form like this and held against the piece. Probably have something formed out. Like I said, I haven't really designed exactly how that's going to be, but that way I can come in and drill and tap the holes here, and then there will be one last piece where the larger ring will be mounted sideways, and I can come in and finish drilling and tapping the hole over here. So that's the overall plan. We can head over to the mill, and we'll go ahead and get this one, just the fixture plate, actually lined up and ready to go. All right. You can get a double look here on the my preview screen. All right, so the first portion of this, we're just going to mount the plate on the table here in the milling machine. So first of all, I'm going to grab a rag and kind of wipe it down. And that was just some dust and crud that had gathered. I'd actually already kind of stoned this after I pulled the vices off. So because I want to machine the outside edges of the plate, initially I'm going to go ahead and mount it up on, instead of making some precision bushings, I'm going to use these bearings since they're precision made and the same thickness. And this will just give me a little bit of a standoff. That hole's full of garbage. I won't be able to get a screw in there. I gotta turn on the air. Now we've got air. All right. All right, so for today, that's actually all we're going to do. Tomorrow, we'll actually power everything up, indicate it in, make sure that it's relatively square. I'm going to be coming through and cleaning up the outside edge here anyway, so it won't have to be exactly 100% perfect square, but I do want to get it within a few thousandths over the full length of it, which is actually fairly decent for something this large. Anyway, this is a new format I'm trying out. Tell me how you like it.